Knowing when to hire versus build more systems is super important for setting your priorities to create growth within your company. And usually when you're unsure, your thoughts look like this. It's really common to get stuck between, well, do I make our CRM better, or do I hire in a new setter, or do I actually just train our setters to be better? It's the constant shuffling of what should you be doing with your time in a day. I'm about to make it super simple to know when you should hire more people, when you should train your team, and when you should build new systems. And it comes down to looking at the data. More importantly, one metric in particular is going to tell you exactly what you should be doing, which is your cash collected per call. You want to look at it at an individual level, and you want to look at it at a business level. And if you don't know how to calculate your cash per call, the math to do it is really simple. The first thing you're going to look at is what is the cost from marketing to directly put a call on the calendar. So if you're running any sort of paid media, how much does it cost for someone cold to come in a straight line off of that media onto the calendar? What is the cost? And then you also want to look at how does that cost change when it's averaged with any sort of organic or SEO traffic you have. Maybe you have an outbound agency booking appointments at a much lower cost. Maybe you have an organic following, or maybe you have really good SEO that's driving demand. So you want to look at how much does it cost directly from ads, how much does it cost from alternative marketing means, how much are we paying out commission per sale on average, and that is the number that you want to stay above. So once more, so if we pull up a sales tracker, look at the amount of cash one person collected and look at how much commission they made and divide that by the number of calls. That's the commission per call. And then look at, okay, how much did we pay in marketing to put a call on the calendar? How much is the blended cost? And then add the commission to both of those numbers. And then you're going to see the low end cash per call and the high end cash per call. But what's important to know, whether it's the low end or the high end, that is how much you need to make minimum to break even. So let's do an example right now. If it costs me $300 to put a call on the calendar from paid ads, and we're selling a $10,000 product, and we're paying $1,000 per sale because it's a 10% commission, and we close 1 out of every 5 people at a 20% close rate, then my cash per call must be above $550 because it cost me $300 to put the appointment, and 1 out of every 5 closes, and that $1,000 commission divided over 5 is $250, which means, once more, the cash per call must be above $550 on the high end. Now, if I want to give myself a little bit of wiggle room, if we blend in whatever the organic is, let's say 1 out of every 10 calls comes from organic, which doesn't have a cost to us, or it's a hard to attribute cost, then maybe the cash per call will come to 500. I, as a sales manager, must ensure that everybody's cash per call is above that metric. So now that you know what your cash per call is, how do you leverage it to prioritize what you do? Well, if your cash per call is below your target, then you must focus on training and developing the team. They must get better at converting the leads that are coming in front of them, so that way they can get above that and your business can start making money with the deals that they're closing. If you are above it in a healthy margin, maybe 2 times above what it should be, that's probably my favorite place. If we are 2x for cash per call, then I just want to focus on driving more volume, putting more calls onto the calendar. And if we are at our target cash per call, but there's no more calls, that's when I want to focus on hiring. So coming back to our example from before, if we are below 550 cash per call, I'm focusing on training and development, especially with our lowest producing reps to bring our average up. If our number is looking healthy, I want to focus on putting more volume through, so building systems or driving more call volume. And if I can't put any more calls on the calendar, that's when I want to focus on hiring and bringing more and new people in to handle the volume that we are getting. So that's how you prioritize when you need to build systems versus when you need to hire individuals.